Our game currently has an awkward problem. Let's knock an object off the edge of the world and follow it to its demise. This object is going to continually fall forever, and it never is removed from the world. That's a problem. That means that it's here, and now I see more spawning in the background. On the left here, I can see each one that spawns every 3 seconds. My first one that spawned, notice it's continually falling forever and ever and ever. And eventually, this list, if I let this gameplay run long enough, will grow to a size that's going to make my game start to lag. Now, at this spawn rate, it's going to take a long time, but still, this is bad practice to have things spawning and never being removed. So I need some ability to remove this from my world. So I need to tell my cube how to die. I'm going to add a cube to the world and simulate what's going on here to think this through a little bit. So I hit my cube and it moves along, and once it reaches the edge of this play space, it starts to drop. And I want it, after dropping a little ways, maybe not that far at all, to be removed from existence. So what's changing? What is the trigger point of when I want this to be removed? Well, let's take a look at my inspector and see what's changing when it's falling. And there's only one value that I really need to worry about, which is the Y value. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of this cube in my world, and I want to teach all cubes how to deal with this. So I need to attach a script to my cube prefab. Here is the easiest way to be able to work with creating unique functionality very easily. I'm going to open this prefab for my cube, and I'm going to add a component to it called Cube Destroyer. Notice if I start typing in Cube Destroyer, the only option I get is to create a customized new script. I'm going to choose it, create an add, and this is actually a nice way of making a brand new script because now it's automatically attached to my cube. And why are there 2 of them? That's interesting. I'm going to delete one of them. Let's remove that previous one. My cube destroyer.script. Notice that the script has its name set immediately. That's a beautiful way of creating a script, just to add it to the object itself as an add component. So let's open this up and think through what we want to do. I want my cube to know that it needs to be destroyed once it goes below a certain threshold of my y-axis. So I don't need any start or variables at all. I just need something in my update. And what I want my update to be able to do is say, if something happens, do something. What do I want to have happen? I want to destroy myself. And how do I say myself? I say game object. That just means the game object the script is attached to. So I want to destroy myself, but only if a certain parameter has been met. And that was that my Y position goes negative as I'm falling. So how do I get access to my Y position? Well, I have to say transform what is my position, and I want to say, well, what is my X position? And I did a capitalization for transform here. Transform dot position. Sorry, not capitalized. My bad. Transform what is my current position in my y-axis. And I want to say if my y is below 0, that means have I started to fall at all? So if I've started to fall, I want to destroy this game object. And that should be all that I need because it's checking every frame so that it will be able to always know immediately when to do this. So I'm going to go back to my scene and I'm going to run my game and I'm going to see what happens here. There's my first. Now I see I have my cube. I have 2 of them. Keep an eye on the left here. I have 3 of them now. I'm going to knock this cube off and notice, bam, it's destroyed because its Y value dipped below 0. So now I'm going to knock this cube off, nicely positioned at the edge. Notice it's being removed from my hierarchy on the side as I hit them. Let's take this one off. And I'm kind of keeping up a little bit. So I need to tweak my gameplay a little bit. Currently, it's pretty impossible. Maybe my rotation and speed needs to be a little bit higher. Maybe my play space needs to be a bit smaller. I'm not sure. But currently, I'm actually able to reduce the number of boxes in my world, which is pretty awesome. And so I actually have something pretty close to gameplay. And there goes my vehicle. Oops. And while we're here, what if I added this to my car as well? Well, that could be something that actually you challenge yourself to do. I'm not going to do it in this tutorial. So what have we done here? We've enabled the ability for our cubes to be destroyed when going off the edge, which gets us one step closer to having actual gameplay here.